Howdy everyone, hello, welcome back to more of Let's Play Shadow of Destiny. I'm of course the Black Shadow, and yeah, so far you guys seem to be quite enjoying this one. I do think this is a game that takes a moment to kind of like get into the swing of things, maybe a little bit slow end to begin, you know, having to sort of set the plot and set the ideas of what you're kind of doing. But once you sort of get into the meat of this, there is plenty to enjoy. And especially now, we are about to start really getting into kind of a lot of the weird stuff. And while we've been largely, I guess, kind of restricted in what we've been able to do and not do so far in the game, once you hit Chapter 4, you can start really going crazy with what you decide to play around with. So we shall enjoy that very much. So let's load the game and see what trouble we can get ourselves in this time. Music's pretty good. Do enjoy it. So here we are, Chapter 4, 7 o'clock. It's been a long day for Ike. It's only going to continue. Now, at the beginning of Chapter 4, I should note that something happens. You have 3 seconds to do something. Now, this flicking and like stuff is that actually happens, I believe, in the present when you're coming up to the fated hour, which for this chapter is 8 o'clock. And this is the game telling you you're about to have a really bad day and you're about to run out of time. Now, it should be noted that if you get to this point when you're not in the present, it looks completely different, but you still get the warning that you need to get back to the present immediately or else you're completely screwed. Now, it's also amusing that while we're in the inventory here, time just stops. So in theory, if we just sit here in the inventory forever, Ike cannot be killed. He is invincible. It's not how it works, obviously, but nonetheless, you know, so hey-ho. But regardless, is what it is. So, we will eventually need to actually continue the game because, yeah, bad things happen. Oops. But it should be noted, you can actually stop that from happening. If you take a particular route through this game, you can actually completely skip this chapter, and you can already have on hand what you need in order to avoid being stabbed in the first place, and immediately use it, and you skip the chapter. You shouldn't do this because it means Chapter 5. You've got tons of stuff that you're going to have to do, including the stuff you did in Chapter 4, and you're going to struggle to fit it all in, but it's cute. You can completely skip a chapter if you know what you're doing.
Are you all right? Isn't there any way you can avoid being stabbed to death?
I'll touch upon that later.
What about putting something like an iron plate under your clothing? And if you make good use of that, perhaps... Please, make a good job of it.
Are we being teased by Homunculus? Probably. So that's the theory, is if we're going to get stabbed, we should try and get something to protect us. Makes a degree of sense. So let's send them back here to 7 o'clock. And you remember that book we got from Eckart? We should probably have a look at it. And inside, there's this. There's a picture. An old-looking picture. Our digipad springs off immediately, which is, you know, good to know. Alright. So, we have an hour to work out what we want to do. Now, bear in mind, we still have very little energy in our digipad because Homunculus stole it all. So, we are going to quickly just do a couple of things in the present. So we can build up a couple of energy units that are easy to get hold of. Because we don't want to leave ourselves stranded. That's a bad place to be. So, yeah, if we go into this, we need something hard to wear on my back before I'm killed. Like a steel plate of some kind. Now, there are several solutions to this puzzle. And there are several methods for getting said solutions as well, which is pretty cool. But we're on kind of the normal path, so we'll touch upon it. But I'll show some stuff off. So we're going to head on over towards the fortune teller here. Because she's still... It's pissing it down. She's been standing here for at least 6 hours.
What? You don't like the way I look or something?
She's insane. But never mind. So, that's a thing. But anyways, let's go and swing over to the fortune teller. Not just because there's an energy unit right outside the front door. Very good. We'll go say hi. Again, you're not obliged to. And it should be noted, I do have a habit.
Listen, will you tell my
Well, at least certainly when I played this game a long time ago. I had a bad habit of forgetting to visit this lady.
The fated hour is 8 o'clock.
I see.
Listen carefully. What I tell you is nothing more than one possible future. The shape of your destiny can change depending on what actions you take.
Very much.
If you can return here even after the appointed hour has passed, then I will tell for you the next fortune.
Cheers, lady.
Okay.
Now, to be fair, this one, if you're paying attention, you shouldn't need to be told when you're going to be killed, but, you know, they're saying it regardless. Now, we're also going to quickly head on up north here as well, and we're going to go and pay a visit to the bar here. You remember the bar, of course, was burning down and everything like that? We can, again, head into here. Things are a little bit different now. So, here we are. Very nice. Like music. Now, you will also notice this guy's here again. You remember him from the cafe? Yeah.
What? Don't talk to me if you've got nothing to say.
Now, he has gone from eating spaghetti in a cafe to eating it here in this bar. Man knows what he likes. Although he's apparently incapable of actually eating it. Now, while we're actually here is because you can actually head down to the basement here, and things are a little different.
Hello. Go ahead and sit down wherever you like.
I didn't come to eat.
Right. Well, then just go out the way you came in.
Brutal. So we can actually have a little mini cutscene there with the bar owner. Now, if we had a particular item already in our possession, and we'd done certain things, we can actually do something with him and find ourselves a solution to the problems that we're currently in. But we don't have availability to that, so that's a problem. But it is there if you've gone down that particular route, so that's kind of nice. I also should point out as well, something I want to note, the church that's right here. So, the church does nothing. Absolutely nothing. I did a little bit looking into this because I needed to, and I didn't recall anything happening, and that's indeed the case. One of the developers, you can look it up, for the game commented that they had intentions to actually do stuff with the church, the ability to have some stuff actually happen, but for whatever reason, be it maybe time restrictions or whatever, they made the church, and that was it. Just nothing ever happens in there. There is a version of this game, I think it's like PSP or something, which has some characters you can speak into in there, but that's literally about it. Unfortunately, the church in this game never does anything. Just sits there, so I guess that's cool. Anyways, we should probably go ahead and get out of here, shouldn't we? So the digipad is telling us to go to here 100 years in the past. What will we find? We shall see. We've also got access to 79, and we still can go back to the time of Margaret as well. But we're going to head here first. There is plenty to get on with this chapter, potentially. So we'll do what we can. That is really bright. So here we are, 1902, 10:04 a.m. And that takes us to here. Wherever exactly here is. I like the black and white. Again, nice cool touch of like color scheming, the various periods. Very, very cool. So, we head down the south gate. Again, this is very similar to beforehand. It's only like in the 1580s, but it's like only the top half here. And there is plenty to explore and do around here if you wish to in this time period. But we should probably begin with the reason we're actually here, and that involves over there. Before you do, head over here. Sneakily hidden energy unit. Nice, easy to pick up. Make sure to take it. So let's make our way over here and have a chat with this esteemed-looking gentleman.
Oh, yes?
Do you work at this museum?
Museum?
What? This building is a...
This This is my home. We've been here for generations. As the descendants of the regional squire. Now, at first it was my parents, now my wife, all in such short time. That leaves just myself and the 2 children in this castle of a house.
Sucks.
You're right, it's too large for just the 3 of us. Perhaps it ought to be a museum, just as you say.
I gotta say as well, that mustache,
sorry.
that is impressive.
No, I didn't mean that as sarcasm. Don't be offended. Actually, I'm grateful for the advice. To tell you the truth, I'd been thinking that I should just get rid of this house. Too many memories of my wife to bring me sorrow. But a museum, that's something I haven't thought of. Maybe a good thing, a museum. Perhaps this is meant to be.
Maybe.
There are enough pictures in that collection of my forebears. It seems he had an artist he favored.
You mean Carl Franson?
How did you know that?
Oops.
Are you checking into this house? I don't remember telling anyone that it was for sale yet.
No, please don't misunderstand.
Awkward.
It's just that I happen to like his paintings.
Ah, of course.
Well, all right then. I've made up my mind anyway. I'll turn a part of this building into a private museum and open the collection of paintings to the public.
Yeah,
That way
nice.
I can take care of the children while I work. Besides, I know that there's at least one admirer of Carl Franson's work. All right, that's what I'll do. I owe you many thanks. By the way, allow me to introduce myself, if somewhat belatedly. My name is Alfred Brum.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ike Kush.
I'm grateful to you, Ike.
Yeah.
Come inside. We'll have tea or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Alfred Brum. Eckart's grandfather, I think he works as? Probably?
Oop, sorry.
He's just gone to sleep, finally.
All right, then. Come out by yourself, Sybil. Will you make tea for our guest?
If I must.
I always remember Sibylla. Kind of funky. Has
There
the
you go.
biggest
Thank
eyes
you
I've
for
ever
the tea,
seen.
dear. Oh, yes. I should tell my sweet Sybylla. I've decided to turn this house into a museum. What do you think?
Whatever you decide is always good enough for me.
Aww.
Thank you. I was a little afraid that you'd object.
Oh, it's much, much better than selling this house.
I see. I'm sorry I made you worry that much. I know.
Now, I shouldn't have
Have a
it.
photograph taken.
You might notice this is here in the background. Ignore this is here. This is for later on. This is the widescreen patch showing things that you're not quite meant to see, but I just couldn't help but notice that. Sorry.
If we're going to start a museum, we'll need to renovate. We'll all get a picture taken with the house before then.
Oh, that sounds good.
Please join us, Ike. There's no time like the present.
Hold
I'm going to fetch the photographer
Wait.
this instant.
on.
Mr. Franson? This early in the morning?
It's only 10 o'clock.
Franson?
It's pretty early to
Oh,
me, though.
yes, he's descended from the painter Carl Franson. Maybe that's why he's a photographer.
Pretty any time like before like 2.
He's a good friend of mine. I can count on him to come if I need him. Just wait a little while. Sybylla, you hold the fort and watch the baby, please.
Of course.
Isn't that going to be a bit awkward taking a photo when we're not meant to be alive for another like 100 years?
Did you persuade Father not to sell the house?
No, I didn't do anything like that. This is something your father decided on his own.
Oh, I see. But I'm awfully glad that the house won't be sold.
Ike's had a lot of things to drink so far in this game.
Oh, it's coming undone here.
Oh, the jacket.
Give it to me. I'll mend it for you.
What? Oh, that's okay.
Don't worry. I may look little, but I can do anything.
Here we go.
Everything besides cooking, that is. That's for Father to wear in the festival soon. I sewed that too, so don't be shy.
Go on, Ike. Let's let the lady swoon. What is that? What is that shirt he's wearing?
Are you cold? If you are,
Looks
just put that
hideous.
costume over you. I'll be done soon.
Is it a turtleneck? I think it is. Wait, so his jacket has a black inner lining?
Almost done.
Whatever.
You do look funny.
What? That's for a festival?
Fits you. Let's have the picture taken like that.
Yeah. We got jugglery! Well, what do you know? That took 20 whole minutes. Oh my god, that's like a third of our time in this entire chapter. Gone. So yeah, even I can be a juggler with these. So there you go, folks. That's the trick. It's not about your technical skill. You just need to have the right set of balls, apparently. And even you can do it as a complete amateur. Isn't that fun? Now, there's a few bits and pieces we can delve into here if we want. Unfortunately, this door is locked. Did Brum lock it on his way out? Isn't that like a fire hazard or something? I don't know. Kind of a chat with Sibylla here. There's not much to speak about.
What is it?
What we're really here for is this.
Isn't that an interesting egg? Father bought it for me the other day. There's paper inside it, and you can write letters on there. But I don't need it anymore.
Sounds fancy.
You can have it.
How come?
I was gonna write, please don't sell the house, and give it to Father. But now that he said he's not going to let the house go, it's all right.
Result? Probably not cheap, that. Ike?
Isn't there an iron plate?
An iron plate.
Oh, right.
What do you want something like that for?
Well, I just kind of need one.
There's
As you
nothing
do.
like that here. What is it for? Do you need to grill something?
No, nothing like that. Hey, wait a second.
What is it?
A frying pan. Do you have a frying pan? Oh, you must have one.
No.
What?
When Mother died, Father had all her things taken away. So we only eat what the housekeeper brings nowadays.
This seems very
No one will let me
convenient.
cook yet, you see.
Very convenient.
Oh,
But cafes and restaurants must have lots of frying pans.
you're right. Good thinking, Sibylla.
You're welcome. But it's too early for any of the shops to be open.
It's only 10 o'clock!
Think of it, there was a bunch of frying pans in the bar where that fire was during the day.
What is it?
It's okay. Can I borrow something to write with? And can I use this too?
There's a plan.
All right. Now it's a question of whether I can make it to that time.
What's going on here?
Sorry, there's something I have to take care of.
Now, it's very possible you might have figured that this looks somewhat familiar. You're not crazy. And so, 2001, 2 o'clock. You remember this?
Wonder if this worked. I'm pretty sure this is where I saw the juggler.
The very start. Our first issue with not getting murdered. So, again, you can come around and you can have a chat with some people if you want, but there's not really much need. Don't actually know what they say.
You're performing in the square. I'll be sure to come and watch.
Ah, nice. So yeah, you can speak to these people. You don't need to, however, you can just come, you can just do shit what you need to do. Can I? This...
Welcome. You are not in your own.
How do you know it's me? Who looks more ridiculous?
Return there quickly. You won't be able to go back at all.
I didn't actually know you could come in here. I had no idea you could come in here in the juggler costume. That amuses me significantly. Very awesome. All right then. So what we're actually here to do is just basically just come here to the square, and then we shall activate our jugglery. And of course, this had to happen so that we didn't die in the first place.
There I am. Listen to me talking about no worries.
Oops. What the?
What on earth? There's something in here. Please, let it work. There's a letter inside. To Ike. Please get something like a thick iron plate. What the?
Huh. Is that technically cheating, this whole no contact with your past self? Probably. But hey.
I won't fall for the same trick again.
I'm really
What?
sorry. I mean that.
Well, I guess you wouldn't go home dressed like that.
It's all set. Everyone, come out to the front.
Come on.
Now, before we carry on, you might be thinking, wait, hold on a second. I don't remember that scene happening when we were there at 2 o'clock, and you're completely right. You remember that obviously we had to protect ourselves from being stabbed, which we did the first time we got the people around us, and then that was it. We were like, that scene never happened. There's a reason why. So to explain this, we need to go back a little bit, and actually all the way back to chapter 1 of the game, to explain what exactly is going on here. This is, again, this whole idea of when things that you're doing kind of alternate between each other. You know, you can do different things. Some threads make sense because they have some other things have to happen first, and there's a sequence to it. But some other things don't at all and will happen regardless. So if we come into chapter 1, we speak with the we speak with her to tell us that our fated hours at 3 o'clock or whatever, and we come out here. Now you remember that the main problem with chapter 1 was that we had the bar on fire, and that's obviously a significant problem. And we went in there and we went to try and save the day, and all went to hell, and we died, and that was a problem. But what if we never went inside? Because you'll remember.
Grandpa's in there. Please help him. Help, please.
Insanity. How can we possibly go in there? Because we know we go in there and we
Sorry,
die.
kid. Damn, where's the fire department?
Is there one? I don't know. So, what if you decide not to go in? How do you resolve this situation? Well, I won't go into too much conversation about actually dealing with the chapter itself. But what you'll want to do here is if you go back to the marketplace right in the center of town, what you'll find is the juggler from the prologue is still there. And if you go and try and interact with him, this happens.
Even I can do that.
Get the joke. And then,
What on earth?
future
There's something in here.
past Ike? I don't know. Throws us the egg now.
There's a letter inside. To Ike, please get something like a thick iron plate. What the?
Mysterious. And so, instead of getting hold of the egg in Chapter 4, we already have it. And it's in our inventory, and we can do things with this, which will allow us to get hold of the iron plate sooner than we would do. And by doing this, you could get the plate. You go to the bar, I think in Chapter 3, when we can first go in there. And you can speak with the bar owner, and he's interested in these sort of things, and you can get hold of an iron plate that way. So it's just a different solution to the problem that event available to you, but that's why this scene exists, because you could have triggered it by now, although in the main path you don't, which is a little weird, but hey. So yeah, I don't intend to show you too many of these divergent paths at the moment. It's very possible I'll go through this game a second time and show you all the other crazy stuff you can do, but I wanted to throw that one out to you. So, let's continue on. Let's go have our photo taken.
Go on ahead. I have to get my baby brother.
So Sybilla's off to do that. And then we go and get our photo snapped.
All right. Hold still, please.
Graphical error.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I dragged you out of bed.
Thank you to you, too. You can change back now.
That's right. I should get changed.
Agreed.
Oh, I thought you changed already.
What?
Give me a chance.
Oh, not yet.
There you go. And because we gave this the thing, yeah.
You got a frying pan already?
Oh, that. It's a long story. I'm sorry, but I have something I need to do, so see you soon.
There you
Come
go.
again soon. You can use that key as much as you want.
Key?
What?
I saw you.
So is what?
What are you talking about?
What's the matter? You have to go somewhere, right? You shouldn't be late.
Oh, that's right. Okay, see you.
Weird.
No, I should go back to the prison from here where other people can't see me.
Very weird. What was she talking about? I don't know. So, that gives access to our frying pan. What good is this for? You'd be surprised. Can always do something good with a skillet. So, there's an energy unit here at the back of the here, just in case you've come here without any power, so you're not basically soft locked. Now we are allowed to head out.
No, I should go back to the prison from here where other people can't see me.
Oh man, I wanted to actually crack on with more stuff here in this time zone, but looks like that's not going to be available to us, so that's unfortunate. But we can still do other bits and pieces, so I guess that isn't too bad. There's still other things we can do. So basically here, we can go back to the present and we can close the chapter, but we've got 10 minutes. Is that enough time to do what I want to do without getting killed? I don't know. It's pretty tight. We're gonna try. I think we're gonna try here. I'm gonna just be very careful, and I'm just going to put a state down here so I don't completely kibosh my game here. But before we head on there, we're going to hop back to 1580. And we're going to swim over here, because there's something we can delve into and play around with. So we've not got long, only a little bit of time. So yeah, that brings us to here in the Platts. Okay, so the reason we're here is because we want to go and head on back to the Alchemist house. I want to see if I can do this now. We might not be able to do this until later on in the game. But I want to see if I can do this now. We want to have a chat with Margaret, you see. Where is the... Idiots. Sigh. I might not be able to do it yet.
Look, I'm really sorry, but there is someone sick upstairs. So, can you be a little quieter?
Sorry?
I have to get some more work done, too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we can't do what I was aiming to do yet. What we can do is annoy Margaret, I suppose, so that's all well and good. By the way, just a quick thought, in the more this time of messing around and this sort of stuff, we still have no idea where Dana is. That's kind of a problem, right? It's kind of an issue. So, never mind. We can't do what I wanted to do here, but so be it. We'll do it later on. Now, out of curiosity, if I head back here, does it take me back into the Brum house, or does it take me to out in the streets? Because again, there is other stuff I want to show in 1902 here as well. I might get the opportunity. We'll see. Ah, damn. Okay, so it takes me aside. So be it. I'll have to show a lot of the stuff off in the next video and in a future run. So that's unfortunate. Alright then, nothing else to do. So let's get ourselves to the present. And so now that we've contacted our past, future, present self, I don't know how this works. Now we turn up here. And we still only have 5 seconds to act and not have a big problem. Make sure to use the pan. But we survive. Good thing we knew where the killer was aiming for, right?
I guess I managed to escape thanks to this thing.
However, of course we changed the past, didn't we? So now we're in the photo. Yep. Alright then, so that is going to call it all for this video here. Funky Chapter 4. There's a lot more stuff you can delve into, but on the main path you are kind of somewhat restricted in what you can do. So that'll be for a future video's content. But that'll be all. So thank you for watching, as per always. And next time, the night is drawing in. Maybe we can find Ike some brief respite. Deserves it, you know. I'll see you then.